Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My video today is about the importance of African countries trading amongst themselves, which brings us to AfCFTA. It's pronounced AfTA. What is AfTA? AfTA is the African Continental Free Trade Area. The idea is to bring a single market for goods across 54 African countries, thereby eliminating tariffs and then trade barriers. I do appreciate your assistance to grow my channel. So please kindly subscribe, like my video, share my video, comment on my video, share it amongst your family and friends, and then ask your family and friends to subscribe as well. So after we'll connect 1.3 billion African people with a combined GDP of $3.4 trillion. So let me break that down to us. Because it seems some of us don't understand the magnitude of African countries trading amongst amongst themselves. Um, in Nigeria, say for example, I have a business in Nigeria. I can only sell my goods, my products, to 220 million Nigerians. But with AfTA, that gives me a bigger audience. So the way I see is I look at the 1.3 billion people, that's you look at them as your market. That's possible 1.3 billion customers if you're selling goods or providing services. So let us imagine any big markets in any African country. I'll mention the ones I know in Nigeria. So you imagine yourself in a big market in your country or in the capital city of your country. Um, So I'll imagine myself at Idumota Market in Lagos or Oshodi Market in Lagos. So if I or someone else manufacture goods, let's say a garment or let's say shoes at Idumota Market in Lagos, and if you do so in your market in your country, so imagine you have the opportunity to sell those shoes to 1.3 billion people without paying tariff. So that's like earning profits from your shoe business or your garment business and not paying taxes. That's the way it is. So let us remember that 1.3 billion customers, 1.3 billion Africans, is estimated to reach 2.1 billion by 2040. So other advantages of AfTA includes job creation, value addition, rather than sending our resources to other European countries. You add the value in Africa. Tariff reduction, like I said earlier, increase trade amongst African countries. So this is what AfTA gives all business owners and entrepreneurs. So this is where we implore African leaders to take the bull by the horn. All African countries need to upgrade its infrastructure because that's what you need to have improved trade amongst African countries. It is imperative that our ports, we have better roads. Our ports link each other, African ports, and the roads link African ports as well. Fast internet, custom harmonized policies, that's very important. So if I'm selling my goods from Lagos to, let's say, in Ghana, we have to have harmonized customer policies, remove trade barriers. Let's say I'm selling my shoes to Nairobi, to a customer in Nairobi. There has to be that smoothless, transaction, real connections between African countries. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I know bad news travel fast and sell more papers, but we need to promote Africa and put Africa in a positive light. We don't need bailout from Europe or America. Africa has enough resources to grow exponentially. So I'm trying to promote African country and trade amongst African countries. I'll appeal to you to share my video People usually share bad news about Africa because that sells news, that sells newspapers. But it's up to us to share good news about Africa. So it took China almost 50 years to achieve strongest, second largest economy in the world. Similarly, we can think of Singapore, India, and others. It took them decades. So the starting point for Africa should be industrial development coupled with infrastructural development. Africans need to stop seeing each other as rivals. There is a Yoruba proverb that says, "Tá a bá gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ àná, àní rí ẹni bá ṣeré." So, for those who don't speak Yoruba, it basically means that if you do not forget previous disagreements, we won't have friends to play with in future. So, I'll advise African countries to forget past disagreements, come together, work together, develop together, and make Africa great. We need to stop wars across Africa. Look at Ukraine as an example. There's no development going on in that country due to the constant fighting. People are living in fear. There's no development. No country can develop while enmeshed in conflicts. And these conflicts, let's remember, are most times influenced by external factors. So it's important not to let external factors um, influence our our decisions. Let our decisions be influenced by our leaders and African people and us. So that's why I use Ukraine as an example. They are in they are in they live in constant fear at the moment. So it's important that we work together to make Africa better. So it's important that our leaders, take the bull by the horn and work towards making this after. Basically means free trade. It's basically one big market for everyone to trade, and our leaders need to work together to make this work. So I believe only one country didn't sign the AfTA agreement. I don't want to mention the country. I don't want to look like my video is focused on that country. If you look at the free trade amongst African countries, amongst European countries, I beg your pardon, it is beneficial to them. And Europe is not even mineral rich as Africa. We have the resources in Africa, we have the youth population, and we have 1.3 billion customers to trade with. So imagine you have a factory in Lagos, Mumbai, um, um, in South Africa, or in Cairo, or in Marrakesh, and you have 1.3 billion customers that you can choose to send your goods to, and you don't have to pay tariffs on that. That is good business. Good business. So let's work together to achieve a great Africa. Please subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos. Um, like I said earlier, people like to share bad news about Africa. If you check all the European media houses, all they share are bad stories about Africa, about hunger, about famine, underdevelopment. So it's up to us as Africans to change the narrative and let us promote Africa in a positive way. So share my video, subscribe, and thank you very much. Have a lovely day.